Happy Monday. I hope everyone had an amazing weekend. Now, ladies, it is time for some girl chat. First up, the Queen of Christmas, Miss Mariah Carey. She recently appeared on the cover of a very special digital holiday edition of Elle and kept it real about why she really loves the holidays. Mariah addressed that her obsession for Christmas stems from having dysfunctional holidays as a child, where family members, quote, spoiled everything. Mariah said she made a pact with herself to never allow that to happen again and realized that it was up to her to create the Christmases she always wanted to have. So, ladies, how do you feel about Mariah's story?
I feel like Mariah's story is the same for any situation in your life. I think so many of us, maybe just not for Christmas, but there may be other areas in our life where we grew up with dysfunction in our home and in our family. And ultimately, when we become adults, Jeannie, since you said this on our show, I swear that I repeat this for every and anything in our lives, that although somebody may have hurt you, ultimately it is your job to heal, to do the healing. And in doing that healing, that also means reversing dysfunction or reversing generational curses and turning them into blessings. You know, making a choice and a decision to say, okay, that was my experience as a child, but I refuse to allow that to be my experience as an adult and for my children and for my children's children. Let's begin new traditions, new things that we're doing as a family. And I feel like my mom was really intentional about that. She was never really told that she was beautiful as a child or told that she was loved. So she low-key OD'd with me and my sister, but I am grateful for it.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
You know?
Yeah, I agree with what you're saying, Adrienne. There's so many people that have bad memories or just empty memories from their holidays.
Yeah.
And I feel bad, and not saying that I blame them, but I feel bad for some people who can't muster up the energy or the hope to fix that holiday by reaching out and doing something different. So instead, they kind of
It's a
just
choice.
say, I avoid Christmas. I just skip right over it. You know, I have a really good friend who doesn't allow himself to celebrate. So because of that, I always make it a point to invite him over to our Christmas because I know that he's sitting by himself somewhere waiting for the day to go by. So if you know anybody like that, that they can't get that mustering up themselves, extend your invitation. Of course, with COVID
So great.
precautions, even a Zoom meeting could even like help, you know, lighten up their spirits. Drop something off at their house, you know, some of your baked goods or whatever it might be. But just don't leave out those people because I think we all know somebody who just has a tainted feeling towards the holidays, and it's not meant to be left alone.
I grew up as a Jehovah's Witness, so we didn't celebrate the holidays. So the holidays are not that big to me. And it's like a lot of people, it takes a lot for people to understand that. Like, I'm not like, oh my God, Christmas is coming. It's like, no, I'm okay if I don't get something for Christmas. You know, plus I think also the way I grew up, you know, we didn't have toys. We didn't have that kind of stuff. So for me, it wasn't so much a dysfunction. It was that I was just raised that, you know, the holidays are the holidays. And what I've learned to do is, you know, I give back. So when you see me, you know, on Thanksgiving morning or Christmas morning at a shelter, I give back that way. But as far as, you know, celebrating, I'm not really into, you know, this is all, you know, for the show and for other people that love the season. But I say don't down people because they want to celebrate. I don't do that. But for me, it's not a
you're
big
not
deal.
out here being a Grinch.
Right.
No, you're like, oh my
exactly.
gosh, okay, that's just what I choose to do, but I'm not gonna.
Right.
And I think there are a lot of people, though, that had bad experiences, and instead of going, wow, that sucked, let me be the change, they actually become that thing that they hated.
Yeah, and I think that's what happened with her.
Yeah, I think for me, I think we all grew up, if you look at it, in a dysfunctional family in terms of like a crazy uncle, a crazy aunt. And I think you have the Christmas that your parents give you. So therefore, it's not that it's dysfunctional or that it was horrible for some. I think you get to recreate your Christmas as an adult, you know? For us, we would go to church on Christmas Eve, and then we'd come home and have dinner, and then we'd open the presents at midnight. That's what we did in our Haitian family. But now, with my kids, we don't necessarily go to church, but we'll have dinner, and then they'll go to bed, and they'll wake up in the middle of the night sometimes just to open the presents. So I think it's what you make it, you know? I think our parents dictate what we had as a child, but I think as a grown-up, you get to set what you want the holidays to look like for you.
That's right.
You do. You really do.
Absolutely. And ladies, since we're on the top of the holidays right now, I want to tell you about the Bella
What?
twins, Nikki and Bree, because they're going to be celebrating Christmas this year with their new babies who were born, get this, guys, a day apart from each other. Like these twins already lived
Lord.
next door to
Beautiful.
each other, and now their babies were like in sync. But a recent episode of Total Bellas revealed that some drama went down when it came to the twins' baby shower. Because Nikki and Bree's mom, Kathy, got mad upset after they told her that they were thinking of having a friends-only shower with no family attendance. So Kathy said the decision would most likely cause family drama and a lot of hurt feelings. In fact, the whole argument made Nikki rethink the idea of having a shower in the first place. So ladies, what are your thoughts on having the choice to exclude family from big events in your life? Especially when it comes to these
that
family
sounds
members we
sad
talk
to
about that
me.
are like the ones we want to avoid.
That sounds sad to me, and I know where they're coming from. I think they didn't want, like, you know, if they invite this person, then they have to invite that person. It becomes a bigger deal, and then sometimes family can add drama. But I think it's kind of sad. I mean, everybody knows they're pregnant, and what comes with being pregnant, you have a baby shower. So I feel like let their mom have a baby shower for them and invite family, and then maybe they can have their friends only baby shower for them.
So
That's
smart.
my
Yeah.
that's my way of dealing with it, because it's like you're really gonna hurt people's feelings because they just want to celebrate you and your and your baby.
Do you guys ever think that sometimes, especially Garcelle, tell me sometimes as parents, and I have parents, which is where I'm going from with this, that sometimes they do things in your life that they don't realize the repercussions that will happen later from that. I actually watched
Like
their
what?
reality show, and I know that at some point, the mother did not want her daughters to have a relationship with their father.
Yes.
They are
Yeah.
children of a really difficult breakup, a really difficult divorce. And
Yeah.
in one of the episodes, the mother didn't want her children to even have a relationship with their father. Their father lives in Mexico, and the girls were crying, telling their mom, like, I want to go see my dad. Like, I want to
Right.
see him. I want to talk to him. And the mother was furious. So I think sometimes while the mother is heartbroken over them not wanting to have a family shower, sometimes you got to look inward and ask yourself, maybe I'm the reason or the cause for why they feel so torn. I have a friend who has parents that went through a divorce that was tragic, and she actually told me that when she was getting married and walking down the aisle, instead of thinking to herself, wow, I'm marrying the man of my dreams and this is such an amazing thing, she was holding her father gave her away, and all she was thinking the entire time walking down the aisle was, holy crap, my parents are in the room together, I hope nothing goes wrong.
Wow.
And she cried to her mother one day and told
Wow.
her, Mom, please change how you feel about my father, not for my father, but for
Yeah.
me and my little sister, who she told her mom, I never want my little sister to experience that same pain on her wedding day.
Yeah.
That she, instead of thinking about herself in this beautiful moment, she's like, damn, I hope something crazy don't pop off. And a lot of divorced kids that are a product of divorce, feel that way. Baby showers, weddings, children's
Yeah.
birthday parties. They're like, damn, can I just invite my friends because my family's just doing the most.
Right, they're too much.
Or they're
too much.
problematic.
You know what? I do watch the show too. I love those girls. I feel like there's unresolved issues because the fact that the mom is pinning them against the father that they feel like they have
So
to choose
terrible.
is unresolved issues. And married stuff is married stuff, but I think sometimes you have to separate that so that the kids are not involved, and I think that's what's happening. The mom feels like if they love their dad, then that's less love for her. And I think that's where that's coming from. And which makes it hard on the kids.
And also, you hope that people are self-aware, like you just said, Adrian. Like, you hope that family members are self-aware enough
Right.
to
That's
know
what I
what
mean.
they might be constricting when it comes to the energy flow in family relationships. But at the end of the day, some aren't, and some really prefer just to be bitter just for their own sake, and they won't let go
Yeah.
for anybody else. And in those situations, I agree with Nikki and Bella. I agree that if you're celebrating you and you already know that you can't control the behaviors of other people, then you got to create the boundaries so you have a dope baby shower or whatever the celebration is, and you don't have to
Exactly.
worry about that other people's actions.
I think that it's unfair because I know all the family members probably don't act a fool. So
For
I
sure.
think to punish the ones that are good, the good aunties, because just don't invite the drunk ones. Don't invite the
Right.
troublemakers. And I'll tell them, and I will be the auntie to be like, look,
You are the
you
cause.
ain't coming, right? So don't come. You just get your gift, and I'll give it to her, and that's it. But
Right.
no,
Yeah.
you're not coming. Don't exclude
Sometimes
the whole
sitting out on
family.
it might, sitting out on
Yep.
it might teach them a lesson.
Exactly.
Not being invited.
Yeah.
The reality
Yeah.
of sitting down on a Saturday at home by yourself while everybody is out there will make you kind of second think about yourself and be like, maybe I do need to change some things. Time out
Yeah.
for an
Not all
adult.
people will do that. That's self-reflection. Not everybody's going to
Maybe.
do that.
I'm
All right,
being hopeful.
Can I? Yeah, I know. I'm hopeful too. Up next, I have to get to this story. A woman recently wrote on an article for Your Tango on why she feels it's important to stay skinny for her husband. She said her and her man are both very fit people, and if she's being honest, she doesn't think he would love her the same if she gained a significant amount of weight. And if the tables were turned, she admitted she wouldn't love him the same either. So she said that she would see it as a sign of something's gone wrong in their relationship. And even after having kids, she said she's still willing to put on an extra effort for the sake of their marriage. So I want to know what you think. I think women personally are skinny for one another. I think we compete for a lot of things. I think men love a little curve. They want something to hold on to. I have a girlfriend of mine who always says, I have to hurry up and get married because I don't know how much longer I can hold this weight down. So I think she feels
That's
like
real.
she needs to, so I think we put a lot of pressure on each other. But I also think that you have to hold your end of the bargain. I mean, you have to still be attractive to your mate, whatever that looks like for you. And it doesn't mean you have to be skinny, but you still have to be attractive to him because that's how we're going to be in
Realistic.
together, right?
But then,
Right,
I learned
realistic
from
expectations.
Jeannie.
Can
The thing
I
I learned from
reposition this
Jeannie-
question just to?
Yes.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Because the thing
Go
I
ahead,
learned
go.
from Jeannie, and this is just the one thing, and then you can come in, Jeannie. The thing I learned from you,
Okay.
Jeannie, is the difference between being skinny and being healthy. And this woman hasn't had kids yet, so she needs to understand that she's putting a lot of undue pressure on herself that she doesn't know what's going to happen with her body. So now, Jeannie.
Yes, and the women who have an expectation on the definition of skinny, you're going to be really sadly mistaken when just natural life takes its toll and your
Yeah.
metabolism changes and your health conditions change and you will beat yourself up when your body is thriving and surviving and it might change shape a
Right.
little bit, but you're actually beating yourself up because of this one definition that you thought worked when you were 20 is going to suffice when
Right.
you're 50. Like that's a sick place to be. But I want to reposition the question a little bit because I know we all are, you got to love people for who they are and whatnot. She said significant amount of weight. So would this question read differently if the person you loved became obese in an unhealthy way? Would you fall out of love with them? I wonder if that's what she means. And not to say that I would love Jay at any
Yeah,
weight.
because
and I
at that point,
be
that would have
excited
more to
like,
do
hug
with
all the
that
parts,
would
but-
not that I would. Yeah, because at that point, that would have more to do with not just their physical, but at that point, that might have something to do with where their mind and their heart is at. So I think in that case, you just need to be realistic with your expectations. If you have children, yes, your body's going to change, age. But if this is
Yes.
something that you are changing as a person and it reflects in your body, that is the difference to me.
Yes.
Social Word, Instagram, recently reposted some tweets from men who were asked to give women some relationship advice. And oh, did they have a word. In fact, they had several. Let me share a few. Kane Lawson said, I hate to say it, but ladies, a man has to like you a little bit more than you like him in order for the relationship to work. Also, if he wanted to, he would have. If he wants to, he will. And Twitter user CEO said, when we say we're not ready for a relationship and you stick around, we let you, because y'all are some fools. Ladies,
Hey!
are these men fools talking crazy like this? Or are they actually saying what women really, really need to hear?
Facts.
For the
I
people
think
in the
that's
back.
Facts. Facts.
For the people in the
Those
back.
are facts.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
I mean,
I
they had
love
other
this.
things. Keep your girlfriends out your business.
Yes.
Boom, facts.
Don't expect your man to be a mind reader. We are stupid. This is what the
Facts.
men said. Okay?
I love it.
I mean, I love Spiritual Word because it's a different type of Instagram site that really is trying to help women. And it gives some
Yes.
spiritual things too, but also some relationship things. The last thing that I really agree with, it says support his goals and dreams. And that means to listen to his goals and his dreams.
Yes.
Because a lot of y'all, when he say he want to be a rapper, you better understand he want to be a rapper. If he say he want to open up a business, and he want to do a carpet cleaning
prepared for that.
business, be prepared for the carpet cleaning business.
Yes.
You're going to have to
Yeah.
put some stuff. So,
I
1986
love this. We
Garcelle.
need more of this. We need more of
Yes,
this, and
we
we need
do.
to listen. I love it. I'm going to
Yes.
go and start following this Instagram. I think it's awesome because they are speaking the truth, and sometimes we want to mold, we want to change. He'll change for me, all this stuff. So yes, keep them coming. I love this.
Here's the number one issue I think women have. I think we as women dismiss what men say because we already have planned out what we want to hear.
Yes.
So everything they say just goes right over our head. I like this one too, I want to read. On a first date, make sure you ask all the questions you need in order to figure out who you are dating. The main question you need to ask from jump is, what are your intentions? I love that because you can weed out the men from the boys immediately and know by the end of first date instead of getting dragged or breadcrumbed on whether or not this is the one. Save him some time.
Do you think you can ask, are you monogamous right from the start?
Yes,
Yes,
absolutely. I think
Yes,
the issue is
you'll know.
men need to start being more direct and more honest with us. I think a lot of them think that they are avoiding heartbreak by lying to us or not being
Yes.
straightforward and just like blunt, right? No, you break my heart when years down the road you cheated on me and you ruined my household. That breaks your heart. Be
And ask
blunt and
about
honest
sexuality.
with me. Don't be a coward.
Ask about
Don't
sexuality.
be a coward. All of that right there.
ComedyCentral.com recently took me on a trip down memory lane. They brought up 21 treasured things from our childhood that no longer exist, and I want to share a few of them with you. Okay, things like a prize in a cereal box, passing notes in class, and even the classic going to a movie hotspot, Blockbuster.
Yes,
that was
I
one
miss
of
it.
my things. I miss Blockbuster. I loved it.
Same,
and I also
girl.
had, as a kid, I had this laughing machine that if you shook it up, it laughed, and that laugh made me laugh. And I swear to God, I would do anything to find one today. What about you guys? What do you miss?
Does anyone miss appointment television? Does anyone miss like TGI Friday? Remember like TGIF and the lineup of TV and you knew that everyone was watching that one show at the same damn time? I mean, while I absolutely do love a good binge watch, I miss the idea of being somewhere and being like, yo, we gotta leave. We gotta get home to
Yes.
watch something and to know that we were all
Yes.
watching it together at the same
I agree.
time. What's that one show, The Undoing, that I saw everybody talking about? And I think that was one of the reasons why everyone loved it, because it wasn't something you could binge watch and you had to wait every week to see that episode. And there's
Right.
something about that anticipation that I miss and that I love.
Do you guys miss studio pictures at all? Like when you got dressed up with your girls and you were, color coordinated?
We never.
And then you-
We never did that.
You never did
Before
that?
Sears pictures.
never did that.
I couldn't
No,
afford
you
it.
really? And you'd get like the
We couldn't
backdrop.
afford it
In New
either.
York,
We
we
couldn't
don't have
afford it.
walls.
Like, oh.
In New York
we
City, you don't have
couldn't afford
walls. So we didn't have like the
That's
mall
so
pictures
fun.
to take because we don't have a mall.
Remember, You've Got Mail?
AOL. No, the actual
You've Got Mail.
Oh, like,
I used
yes,
to
of
love
course.
that.
And chat rooms were everything.
Oh yeah,
definitely
I
had
miss
to
boy
be-
bands. I miss the bands, and
I miss
choreography.
girl groups.
Yeah, the girl groups. And, well, like
There's no groups.
You have BTS, but remember, like them are new men. Them not kids no more. Them,
Right.
You miss
we
boy
don't have
bands.
any today. Everybody's
All right, you guys,
single.
we gotta
Everybody's a single person.
can go-
It's like.
Yeah, that's true.